Welcome to the UOPY GUI Examples presentation. Hello, my name is Michael Rajowski. Please call me Mike. I'm a senior technical support engineer. I have been in the multi-value industry for over 30 years. A not so long time ago, in a galaxy not so far away, I decided to move to California, where my love of all things Disney has reached new levels. On a more serious note, I would like to thank my fellow Rocketeer Paul Chang for his work on the example programs I will be showing today. Paul is the Advanced Technical Support Specialist for the Rocket Multi-Value Tools and Clients. In fact, most of the client example programs you will find in the knowledge base were written by Paul. Once again, thank you, Paul, for all the work you do. Today I'm going to introduce you to sample programs created by my colleague Paul Chang. He created two demos, one for executing commands and the other a members demo, similar to the members demo he created for UOPY, but this one was adapted to use the UOPY client. It is written in TKInter, which is a package which is included in Python that runs on any Python system. You can find extensive documentation and tutorials on how to use TKInter on the internet. TKInter module allows you to create GUIs very quickly. On this slide, I show a simple Hello World example. You can try this at the Python command prompt. Our first example program is UOPy command. It is a simple TKInter example, yet is a very valuable tool for developers and support. It provides a quick sanity check when there are connection issues and even provides some needed information about your environment prior to making the connection. Once the initial window appears, it will show you what version of Python is currently running on the client. Now let's run the program and see what else we can do. To reiterate the pure Python aspect of the UOPy client, I'm working inside the PyCharm Community Edition today. I have opened the code up in a project view, which provides me access to the command line shell while I review the code. To start our demo, we enter Python UOPy command.py at the command prompt. This is the first of 4 GUI examples that I'm showing you today. Note that the example is more about connecting the features and functions to the GUI and not the aesthetics of the GUI itself. Yet since I expect some of you may want to play around with more of this, I thought I would show you how to make a simple change. First thing we want to do is quit out of the existing GUI that we're in. What I want to show is the changing of the width of the GUI. In here, it uses the geometry of TKInter, and I'm just going to go and change the size there. I go and save that change, go rerun the code, and it now pops up, and as you see, it's wider. Now I can continue to go on and show you the features and functions of this screen itself. So just to point out again, when we first bring up the GUI, it's going to show you what Python version you are running on the client. In this case, we are running 3.7.3. We're going to go and connect to, in this case, Universe. And when I first log in, it actually does a .lrel level, so I could actually see that I'm actually running against 11.3.2. It allows me to run other commands by just putting the command in the commands box and then hitting the button. Then actually we'll put that out. This does not actually allow you to do interactive type things, but it is a good way for you to just do a sanity check on your system to make sure that you are able to make a connection and you are able to see the commands executing on your U2 server. Our next example program is the UO Members Demo 2. This is a more complete example and exercises many of the UO Python methods and functions. For those of you who are familiar with the UOPy module, you will recognize it as being very similar to the server-side members demo. The main difference is that this one runs on the client and has additional code to maintain the connection information. Okay, so let's start up the UO members demo 2. And you notice that when we first do it, the first thing it shows is a login screen. This is different than what we had in the original members demo from the UOPY, in that we have to actually physically make a connection to the database. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put my information. I'm going to pick to connect to Universe. I'm going to say connect. So now that I am connected, if I actually quit out and try to run this again, you will notice that it actually saved my connection information. This is something that was put in into the code for examples, and to let you know what we're actually seeing. If we look at the config file, this actually maintains the information that I use to make my connection. The developer of this example code created a simple method of hiding the clear text password. You could actually strengthen that the more that you need if you're actually doing a production ready application. So let's go back in and continue looking at our members demo. So here we are in our members demo. We can actually pick a member out of here, type in their number, say 0113, hit our member info button and pull up that member. We can actually change any of this information we want, save the changes, or we can actually even look at the association here, which is all the credit card information. These are several fields that we'll put together into one text box. So if I want to go here and edit one of those, I can actually do this. It pops up a whole new window. Let me move this closer to the middle here. And in here we can actually say, hey, you know what? I want to make this a Visa card, and I want to make the date something that hasn't expired. And then I just go here and go update credit card, and now you see that I have the updated credit card information. Once again, I say save, and there it goes, it saves it. You'd also notice that the date format is in a specific way. We're actually utilizing the oconv method that is in the UOPython. Just wanted to show you some of the code and how you can actually modify it for your own purposes. So let's just quickly quit out of here and look at the code itself. So here in our code, this is where the birth date is being loaded into the text field, and as you notice, it's doing the oconv of a D4/. For those of you familiar with multi-value oconvs, that's what's getting us our date format. I'm just going to change those slashes to dashes because it sounds like fun. I'm going to save that. I'm going to rerun my program. And now when it comes up and I go and search, you notice that the format of the dates has changed. Like I said, this is a really good piece of code for you to go through and see how a lot of the different things in the UOPython module are used and can be accessed. So please take the time and investigate this thoroughly. I'm sure you'll find a lot of good gems in there. Rocket just concluded its 2020 Rocket.Build competition. The competition is intended to stimulate innovation and give Rocketeers an opportunity to address anything that would allow us to better serve our partners and customers. Our project made it to the finals this year, and we are providing you access to the code as additional examples of what you can do with the UOPY client. If you would like to know more about the Rocket.Build project or some of the other finalists, please visit the Rocket blog. At a high level, we created 2 programs as part of our Rocket.Build project to simplify the transfer of data from one system to another. These were also written in TKInter. The export routine allows the data worker a simple way to export the data or dictionary items to a JSON file, which can then, in turn, be imported onto another file, account, or even system. For the file export routine, once again we need to first log into the system we want to work with. I have my credentials placed in, setting up for Universe. I hit myself connect. Now I'm connected. I could actually go through and figure out which file I want to export out by clicking on my drop-down list. I'm going to work with the members file. Everyone seems to like the members file. My first time through, I'm going to actually export the actual data itself. I'm going to click on all dictionaries, so I would save all the information. And then I'm going to, I see that I actually have a path here. I'm going to pick a different path. As you notice, we actually bring up a widget. Find out where I want to go. In this case, I want to go to my c:/temp/beta. It's an empty folder, that's why I picked it. Select folder. I have the members_uv.json as a default name. I do export file. And it actually tells me that 2,500 records went to the text file. Let's take a moment to look at that file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Windows Explorer, double click on my JSON file, and you'll actually see here is the JSON format. Getting back out of this, I can then go back into my GUI and continue on. In this case, I want to start sending out the dictionary items as well. So I go into there. Once again, I'm selecting all dictionary items. As you notice that the name has changed to be members_dictuv.json. I export the JSON file, and it tells me that 48 records, that's the number of dictionary items that were exported, are now available for me to import somewhere else. At this point, I could quit this routine. We are now ready to try out the file import. Once again, we start our Python program. We do our login with our credentials. And in this case, instead of picking the file here, we actually pick the JSON file from our picker. In this case, I'm going to do the members data first. Note that it actually defaults to the file that was defined in the JSON. I'm going to switch that over to my beta example file. I'm going to import. It comes back and tells me that 2,500 items, records were imported. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the dictionary. So I now transferred the data from one machine to another, or in this case with the same machine, but you see the power of this. It gives you a lot of other options to select specific dictionary, specific attributes to transfer, as well as limiting what is transferred. This was our first pass in our Rocket.Build, our first round deliverables, and we were able to accomplish much more in the finals, and we are looking forward to being able to take our work a lot further and being able to show you some more exciting things in the future. I hope you enjoyed these UOPY examples that utilize the TKInter module. Please take some time to examine them further. Thank you.